My freeze-dried sourdough starters are going to take the time, the hassle, and the guesswork out of creating your own sourdough starter from scratch. This is a real shortcut to sourdough breads. You can be making your own homemade sourdough breads within 3 to 5 days. Today I'm going to walk you through the steps and show you exactly how to rehydrate, feed, and maintain your sourdough starter so that you can keep it going for years and years. If you're getting started with sourdough and you don't quite have an established starter, or maybe you're struggling a little bit with your starter, well, this is my big old established sourdough starter that I've had going for years and years and years. I started this a long time ago, and this is a mature, active, fantastic, strong starter. Now what I've done is I have freeze-dried my starter. So if you want to, you can try out my sourdough starter. This is a great shortcut to sourdough. So I have this freeze-dried sourdough starter. It's 20 grams of sourdough starter, and you can use half of it and put the rest away for later in case you have any problems. But this is such an easy way to get started with sourdough. It comes with instructions that tell you exactly how to revive your sourdough starter, and you can be making bread like this in just a few days. I have a few different sourdough starters available. The first is Hester. That's my sourdough starter developed from unbleached bread flour, and this is my classic sourdough starter. Then there's Millie, who's my sourdough starter developed from freshly milled hard white wheat, and then Enola. That's my sourdough starter developed from freshly milled organic einkorn flour. You're going to reconstitute and feed and maintain each of these starters exactly the same way. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. When you order your freeze-dried sourdough starter, it's going to come like this. It's going to come in this nice little mylar pouch, and it'll be powdered and it'll be easy to reconstitute. So I'm going to open it up. This is a 20-gram pack, so I'm giving you enough for 2 starters, just in case anything happens, you can try it again. But it's really easy, you're not gonna have any problems. Now when you get your little pouch open, you'll see it is lined in Mylar. That is great for long-term storage. Also inside, you'll see that there's this oxygen absorber. So you can just go ahead and throw that out. You don't need that anymore, but that just keeps it good while it's in the pouch before you get it. So inside is 20 grams of freeze-dried sourdough starter, and it's in powder form. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a small jar. You can use whatever you want. Use a glass jar of some sort. This is just a little pint-sized jar. I'm gonna put it on my scale. You wanna make sure that your scale is zeroed out. You can do it like this and then zero it out, but you wanna make sure it says 0. Now into the jar, you want to pour in 10 grams of freeze-dried sourdough starter. If you don't have a scale, then it's going to be about 5 teaspoons. So 10 grams, and that's going to be about half of what you have in this packet. Like I said, I'm giving you enough for 2 tries just in case, but you're not going to need it. But go ahead and put the rest in your freezer and you can have it for in the future. Okay. 10 grams, perfect. And you can just seal up the little pouch and put it away for safekeeping. Now I'm gonna zero out my scale and I'm gonna add 50 grams of water. So this is a 1/4 cup of water. Okay. Now this is warm water. You want it to be about 80 degrees ideally. And it's best to have non-chlorinated water. So if you have some bottled water or some filtered tap water, that works best for sourdough starter. Now I'm gonna stir this up. I'm gonna take this cool little spurtle. This is great for sourdough. And I'm just gonna mix up this water in our freeze-dried sourdough starter. Just gonna give that a good mix. And once you feel like it's mixed up, then I'm gonna let this sit just for about 2 or 3 minutes just to let it rehydrate. Now I'm gonna zero out my scale again, make sure it's on 0 grams, and I'm gonna add 20 grams or about 3 tablespoons of unbleached flour. Okay, that's close enough. 21 grams will work. Now I'm going to give this a really good mix. This spurtle is really nice because you can kind of get around the edge of your jar really nicely. It's really great. Okay, so this is looking good. So give it a really good mix. Just spend about 30 seconds mixing it up really well so you don't have any dry patches in your jar. And there we go. And that is what it should look like on day 1. Now I'm gonna just take a lid and just loosely put it on there. You don't ever want to seal your jars when you have sourdough starter in them. So now I'm just gonna leave this on the counter just like this. And in 12 to 24 hours, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna feed it. Okay, it's been a day. It's been about 15 hours since I reconstituted the starter. This is what it looks like. There's a couple little bubbles in there, if you see that. Now, I forgot to mention, when you leave it on your counter, make sure it's kind of in a warm place. You want it to be about 72 to 78 degrees optimally. Too cool will slow down this whole process, and too warm will kill it out. So we want to keep it nice and warm, but not too warm. Okay, so this is day 2, and this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get a new glass, stick it on my scale, zero out my scale, and I'm gonna pour 50 grams of this starter into this nice clean jar. That'll be about a 1/4 cup of this starter. So 50 grams. I got a little bit too much, so let me just take out a little bit. Let's see. That's pretty good. 51 grams, that'll work. Okay, so you want about 50 grams or a 1/4 cup of starter into a nice clean glass jar. And to this, we're gonna add 50 grams of water, just like yesterday, or a 1/4 cup. And same as yesterday, you want it to be warm, non-chlorinated water. Oh, zero out your scale again. So 50 grams of water. $50 grams of water. I'm gonna take my spurtle again and I'm just gonna mix up this starter in the water. It's always easiest if you mix up your starter in your water before you add your flour. Okay, I'm gonna zero out my scale and I'm gonna add 50 grams of flour, or a 1/2 cup. Okay, perfect. Now you want this to be unbleached flour or fresh milled flour or whole wheat flour. That's gonna be best. Okay, now we're gonna mix this up. You just wanna take a second and you wanna just mix it up really, really well. So there's no dry patches of flour in here. Okay, and then use your spurtle or whatever you're using to kind of wipe down the sides of the jar. There we go. Okay. Now you can see that. Looks good. Now on day 2 is when I like to use a rubber band or mark your jar so that you know where the top of your starter is. And then you can keep track if it starts to rise and fall. So day 2, use a rubber band or mark it, and you will be able to keep track if it's risen tomorrow. All right, it's day 3. Let's check out our sourdough starter. Ah, look at those bubbles. Look how good that looks. That is a good sign right there. And see if I can turn this so you can see it. It has risen. It is higher than where my rubber band is. So that is a great sign. So this is day 3. We're starting to see some bubbles and some activity. So we're gonna do the same thing we did yesterday. I'm gonna feed it. And I'm gonna put it in a nice clean glass jar. I'm gonna zero out my scale. And I'm gonna add 50 grams of this sourdough starter to this jar. Close enough. Now, what's left in this jar, it's not too much today, but this is considered your sourdough discard. So you want to keep this. You can use this in all kinds of good recipes. So go ahead and just pop a lid on this and throw it into your refrigerator and start adding to it. And pretty soon you're gonna have lots of sourdough discard and you can make lots of fantastic recipes. Now I'm gonna zero out my scale again and I'm gonna add 50 grams of warm water. Remember, this is about a 1/4 cup. Okay, 50 grams. Same as yesterday, I'm gonna stir the sourdough starter and the water together. Now remember, this is non-chlorinated water. That's about 80 degrees. Give that a good stir. Okay, now I'm gonna zero out my scale first. And I'm gonna add about 50 grams of flour, or 1/2 cup. Now I got a little bit extra and that is not a big deal, but if you want to, just kind of scoop some out. Here we go. Well, just gotta scoop a little bit more out, even though it's really not a big deal. Okay, that's close enough, 51 grams. Now I'm gonna use my spurtle and I'm gonna give it a good stir. Here it is all mixed up. I'm gonna go ahead and use this rubber band that I had yesterday. I'm gonna put it right there at the top level so that I can tell when it rises. Now I'm also gonna put this lid on. I'm just gonna place it on top. I'm not gonna seal it up, and I'm gonna leave this on my countertop. My home is 72 degrees, so it's perfect. You want it to be about 72 to 78 degrees. And if yours isn't, try to find a little bit warmer place for it to be. I'm gonna just put that on the counter. And tomorrow I'm gonna feed it the exact same way. That's maintaining your sourdough starter. I'll show you this starter when it's ready to bake with. Here it is, day 4. Look at our sourdough starter. Look how good it looks. It went from here and rose all the way up to here. You can see the bubbles in it. It's super bubbly, super active. This sourdough starter is ready to be made into bread and for baking all kinds of goodies. So this is exactly right. This is the goal. Now this could be anywhere from day 3, 4, or 5 for you. So don't be alarmed if it's taking a little bit longer. Temperatures really play a big factor. Temperature of the water that you use, the temperature of your home, so many things. But this is the goal. This is exactly right. So this sourdough starter is ready to be used, but I don't really have time to make bread today. So you know what? This is gonna sit on my countertop just like this, and tomorrow I'm gonna discard. I'm gonna keep the sourdough discard, and I'm gonna feed it again, and it'll be ready to use whenever I'm ready for it. I can use the discard in my sourdough bread that I love. I'll give you the recipe for that. But this is ready, and I'm just gonna keep it going. Every day I'm gonna feed it. If you don't feel like feeding it, you can throw it in the refrigerator for up to a week, get it out and feed it, and then in a few hours it should be ready to use again. So here it is. I hope that you've enjoyed learning about how to start your sourdough starter. This is definitely a good shortcut to sourdough. I like to store all of my sourdough bread in these beeswax bread bags. Just keeps them nice and fresh, keeps them from molding, gives them the perfect crust for the sourdough breads. Thank you so much for being here with me on Robin on the Farm. I will see you next time.
Robin's in the kitchen, dough beneath her hands, wheat from the fields and eggs from her land. Sunlight through the window, a warm golden glow. She's working hard to make that dough. With flour on her apron, loving each need.